What up, everybody? My name is Chuck Reeves, and I'm here with my homie.
I'm Justin.
And we are For Our Consideration Trailer Reaction Podcast right here. It is the week before Christmas 2017. This is episode number 4 of the very, very big show. We are very happy with the growth and the interest we are receiving, and we appreciate everybody who's been viewing, hitting those like buttons, and leaving those comments, letting us know what movies they want to see us react and talk about. This motherfucker saw Star Wars.
Yeah,
I didn't. All right. We got a thing this week that happened where Disney purchased who?
Fox.
For how much fucking looch?
$52 billion.
Making the fucking mouse, once again, probably the most powerful fucking individual entity in all of entertainment. This reunites the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the X-Men, with Deadpool, and with the Fantastic Four, which is something people have been waiting for a very long time. I'm pretty sure that there are several scripts in Kevin Feige's desk bottom drawer that all of a sudden just got a motherfucking green light. So we have a lot of cool shit coming down the pipe in these years from these sorts of moves. Today, we're going to talk about the upcoming film Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom. We're going to watch the trailer, this time with the sound fixed. And then we're going to go back in time, back to 1993, to the release of the original Jurassic Park. My ass was 13 years old. This dude over here was still in diapers, walking around with his fingers in his mouth. All right. But at the time, it was probably one of the most big budget, most hyped up movies of all time, and the first time that the giant animatronic and or CGI dinosaur hit the big screen. So let's get into this new one. Of course, Fallen World, Jurassic World Part 2 is the follow-up to the film from how many years ago? 2 years ago?
2015, so yeah, it'll be looking at when it comes out. 3-year difference from the time when Jurassic World actually graced the screen after a long hiatus after the horrible fucking movie of Jurassic Park 3, which I couldn't stand. I saw it in theaters, but that was just because it was a Jurassic Park movie at the time, and I had high expectations, and then they were completely shot the fuck down. With Jurassic World 2 coming out, it actually looks fucking pretty interesting. It's got a much different concept than...
And the return of Ian MotherFuckin Malcolm. If you don't know who that is, one of the original OG characters from the first 1993 Jurassic Park movie, as well as its follow-up, The Lost World, played by, The Fly. Who else? Yeah. What else was he? He's been a ton of motherfucking shit in this world.
Ton of stuff.
His name escapes me right now, and I'm going to feel stupid about it. Jeff Goldblum. The homeboy Jeff Goldblum, from such cinematic masterpieces as The Fly with Gina Davis, or Deep Cover with Lawrence Fishburne, which is one of my favorite gangster fucking ghetto flicks of all time. So let's get into this. Of course, we got Star-Lord in this motherfucker representing with his Raptor crew, and we're going to see that redheaded girl who's actually Opie Taylor from the Andy Griffith Show's fucking daughter.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, what's her name?
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, we'll see in a second. I think it comes up in the credits. We'll get more information as this goes along. Hopefully the sound's fixed, and you hear us more than you hear that.
Owen.
Ventriloquist?
There she is. Her dad is Ron Howard, the director. Yeah.
And
Bryce Howard is her name.
Ron Howard's actually taking the helm of the next Star Wars movie.
So she might end up in that flick. She's a great actress. Great lineage of film and directing in that family.
About to explode.
So they're going back to the island from the first Jurassic World movie. There's an active volcano that's going to explode, and they want to save some fucking dinosaurs. Why?
See, my question is, out of
Steven Spielberg, getting that money.
Like, you know, we've had 4 Star Wars movies. Yeah, no, 4 fucking Jurassic World movies, or Jurassic Park movies rather.
These creatures,
Dr. Ian Malcolm,
and no one's mentioned the fact that fucking the island is sitting on an active volcano.
Why would you build that shit there? That's some dumb shit. You think the insurance people would have been like, yeah, we have a problem. The volcano? Yeah, we gotta lose that.
Well, you know,
imagine if they built fucking Disney World on an active volcano, fam.
They did build it in a state that has fucking than anywhere else in the fucking country.
Now, all this to me looks like that as much as this movie, Fallen Kingdom, is going to be about the struggle between man and beast. And it's also going to be about the struggle between man, beast versus nature.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
Life cannot be contained.
Life cannot be contained.
Life.
I can't do a Jeff Goldblum impression. I'm not skilled like that.
I mean, I'm liking the look of the
Finds a
movie
way.
already. Just from the trailer, it looks like it cost a shit.
Yo,
ton
like,
of
look at
money
all them
to do.
dinosaurs, dog. Like, it's what we're seeing here. What we're seeing here probably isn't the end.
No.
Because unfortunately, what I think they're gonna do, and I guess we'll talk about it here in a second. We have the balls that they traveled around in the first Jurassic World movie. Look at all
You
these
got fucking
dinos in the water,
dinosaurs jumping
jumping
off
in the water.
cliffs. Like,
Now, of course, that's next summer. They always do that shit based on the characters of Michael Crichton, who we're going to talk about when we get into these next few dealies. But I'm excited about that shit.
you know,
I'm thinking what we're seeing there as far as the destruction from the volcano. I'm thinking by then they've already saved
yeah,
a group or
it looks like they're
a number of
they're putting dinosaurs in cages, kind of like they did in Lost World. And my argument to that is, didn't they learn the fucking first time?
and potentially they didn't, and not only potentially didn't. What will bother me if that shit happens is
if another
you got a
T-Rex
T-Rex running around another city, because we
Yep.
already saw a T-Rex running around San Diego, which we'll talk about during this retrospective. I can't think of that being
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually gonna go
the end of the movie.
if they're going to go in that direction. They're trying to bring it back to the mainland, but that whole courtroom scene is them basically arguing the fact is dinosaurs were brought back to life. Are they considered under the
Yeah, do we
same
need to
protections?
protect them
Yeah,
like we
like
would?
every other endangered
But to
species.
be honest with you, in regards to active volcanoes blowing up, and this, I love plot holes, fam. If you ain't, I'm the plot hole guy. If you didn't understand already from viewing shows that I've done, we don't bother going out of our way to save humans that are in the way of volcanoes, as
Yeah.
evidence in fucking Bali and shit right now, where people are at the fucking foot of this volcano that's pouring shit out of it. So I can't see us doing that, but I can see them trying to keep them the theme park. You know
can
what I
see
mean?
being InGen, which is the company that created the dinosaurs, they'd be like, oh, we got to protect our investments, so we got to go fucking get them because they've cost us billions of dollars to make. But at the same time, it's like, well, you made one dinosaur. I think you could do it again
Yeah,
if you absolutely had to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you probably got some hard drives with some information on it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to bring back Dr. Wong from
Yeah,
Law and Order SVU.
Yeah, he actually
Who-
looked like he got off the island in
He-
World.
He went from
So-
being like
The good guy. to
like
the
not even the
fucking-
good guy, but like the scientist who like
Yeah.
maybe like didn't really understand him crossing the line and turned into someone who was intentionally crossing the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, he could have been like in the very beginning. You see him in the very first movie. He's there at the birth of the raptor that we see, and he's always talking about how he likes being there when they all hatch, and he was hoping it would hatch before he showed up, before he had to leave. And now he's kind of taking like a complete 180, and he's kind of going on that side of, we all know how fucking evil InGen is because they want to take the dinosaurs, especially in World where we see them want to use them as weapons. And he seems to be,
And that might be what
behind
they're
it.
trying to do
Yeah,
here.
he
That
could-
might be the end game result of what they're trying to do on that island. Of course, this whole saga that we're at now involving Jurassic World started back in 1993, 24 motherfucking years ago, with the release of Jurassic Park based on the Michael Crichton novel of the same name. Now, the novel is a dark fucking piece of literature filled with death and maiming and the death of children and suicide, and it's just a dark piece. Now, they shined it up, made it pretty, all right? Added some family type elements to it. The protection of the children, they definitely survived the film. But it was also certain people, more mainstream people's introduction to Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
And it introduced into the general lexicon of the time hold on to your butts.
Yeah.
Which is something to this day in some of the larger scale films, including Kong.
I
Skull
love
Island,
when he
which
did
just
it in
dropped.
Kong. He did it in
Samuel
Kong.
L. Jackson will still occasionally, during these big things, hold on to your butts, which is something that sprung from the original
I remember sitting in the
1993
theater
film.
seeing Kong and being like, oh my god, he fucking used the line. Spielberg's gonna lose his shit.
So what we have here is the second theatrical trailer, the actual full-length one that included film clips in it. The first one, I can only assume, was the roar of a T-Rex and that cool fucking logo that we've come to know through all these years. That shouldn't be a problem. No, I think we're good.
Since the beginning of time,
Because it only...
man.
So right now we already see, like, this is back in the days when they still went out and they had to manually go out and dig the fucking
And
dinosaur
this
fossils
movie
out of the
built
ground.
this movie built the whole theology because you needed to know what the science was that allowed this, and it's a science that we know now today is very possible with the fact that they're trying to clone shit like a woolly mammoth, and this is always the movie people turn to say that shit's a bad idea, fam.
Genetics has mastered creation.
This movie,
I never understood why the fucking mosquito blood was hot pink, by the way, either, but whatever.
I think it might have just been like an illuminate light so they could see the inside of it.
Sam Neill from In the Mouth of Madness, various other genre films. That motherfucker is a G and a legend. This old fuckface. The Big Gates, which they took from the original King Kong movie.
Ready yet, of course, but the park will open with the basic tour you're about to take.
Laura Dern,
Dinosaurs.
White Lady of White Ladies,
Separated by
Queen
Also in Star
Coffin.
Wars.
just
The new one anyway.
throw them back into the mix together.
Nice ascot, Sam Neill.
How can we possibly have the slightest idea?
Oh, we call that the T-Rex detection system right there.
Yeah, the glass with the water, which if you know anything about the original films, the only way they could achieve that was with a guitar. They underneath that platform, it was basically a guitar, and they would strum the string, and that's what would cause the water.
Fucking Newman!
He got what he deserved.
Newman.
Hey, he's from Jurassic Park. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I can't get Jurassic Park back on.
Look at how young Samuel was.
Now, was this pre or after fucking Pulp Fiction? Or was
That's fucking hard. I don't know. Maybe after.
He maybe got the
after.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah.
Nothing worked. Return for Pirates.
I'm trying to think of when Reservoir Dogs came up, and I know Park was up for Reservoir Dogs.
Yes.
Of course, the super duper bad guys. I mean, the whole movie, they're, you know, during the promo and everything, they were pushing that the T-Rex was a bad guy. We learned after all, the T-Rex isn't a bad guy. He's just misunderstood. And at the end, he helped everybody. And they got the raptors running around eating people.
And the fact that they bring up in the movie of why the
Steven
T-Rex is
Spielberg.
going nuts.
There you go, Steven's fucking Spielberg and his fucking ass.
He's
getting
going
that
nuts
money.
because they're even going, well, he's a creature that doesn't know when he is, and he also doesn't know how he got here, so he's going to go violent. And that's what we see happen.
My memories from that movie and that time frame have to do with like marketing and toy tie-ins.
Oh, God, yeah.
And branding tie-ins of a level we hadn't really seen. Jurassic Park, probably, I mean, I wouldn't consider it one of the first huge summer blockbusters, but it was definitely one of those effects-heavy event films that everybody looks forward to every summer, and we're still seeing it today with Fallen Kingdom getting ready to drop.
And, you know,
on
it
June
was
22nd.
also one of those movies that even though Spielberg had already been on the map, this just set him apart from almost everybody, every other director. They went, this is fucking the movie to, like, yeah, he helped produce fucking and create Back to the Future, another monumental movie. But Jurassic Park stands alone as itself because it was something that had never been touched upon. How do we... Everybody knows about dinosaurs, and everybody
likes
kid.
giant monsters.
Yeah.
Like this movie at the time probably was the #1 grossing film of definitely at least that year,
Maybe even the decade at the time.
and it was not bad. It wasn't a bad flick. Sometimes these movies can get lost in the sauce, so to speak. Effects-driven films.
Yep.
We've seen what happened with the public response to certain films that just came out from the DC universe. We always get into this fucking argument, and I'm not going to get into it today because somebody badmouthed me on the phone the other day about it. I see you out there, DC fans, and I don't understand you, but this one made a shitload of money, and it was good, and it holds up, and it stands the test of time.
And
if you've got a kid who's into dinosaurs, you can as easily throw this movie on today, and it holds the fuck up.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
It's one of those movies I can just throw on when I'm bored and be like, oh shit, Jurassic Park's on. I'm gonna sit here and chill out for 2 hours and watch the movie. Fucking, you know, with the movies that they were back then, it drove imagination as to like, if we can create this in 1993, a time when CG and things like that were still developing and still coming out.
And it wasn't all CG.
Yeah,
a lot of it
those
was
things
practical.
were built. Yeah.
And it was practically done so well that to this day on the internet, there's a picture of Steven Spielberg in front of the animatronic Triceratops. And the joke is that he shot it on safari. And people actually believe it. 23 years after this rubber fucking dinosaur got made, they believe that it's real. When they just recently removed, not recently, a couple of years ago, the Jurassic Park section of Universal Studios Island of Adventure.
Yep.
That was such a movie that for 20 years there was a theme park where you could go experience what you would experience in Jurassic World.
Ride back in the day.
Now, obviously, that's been replaced by things like Harry Potter and Game of Thrones. Now, 4 years later, after the release of the original, which was a blockbuster as far as box office numbers, you know they needed to cash in again. Now, they could only really get one of the stars of the original movie back, that being Jeff Goldblum. The rest had moved on to other projects or died in the first movie. The differences between the books, Ian Malcolm lost his legs in the book version of Jurassic Park due to the T-Rex attack in the bathroom. So he's got prosthetics maybe in the book. I can't remember.
See,
I'm sure he's got prosthetics because he's walking around. So I'm pretty sure he's got prosthetics in the book. In this fucking version, in this movie, it's like he just got headbutted by the T-Rex, which is fine. I'm into it. I'm into it because I like Jeff Goldblum. You don't want that motherfucker getting bitten up and shit. All right. 75% of it. 75% of a Jeff Goldblum ain't enough. You need all the Jeff Goldblum. So they got him back. They really didn't bring anybody else back. They brought back the old man. And
they all have cameos in the movie. The kids have cameos in the movie. You see them before they end up going back to the island and things like that. And
this story seems to be what we may be dealing with as far as the closest one to what's coming out in Fallen Kingdom. They go back to the island to try to retrieve dinosaurs, both for military purposes and as well for a theme park in the States on the mainland. There's a group of high-priced hunters there, and then there's a group of ecologists, Dr. Ian Malcolm and his lady friend, star of the movie Hannibal. You'll see her. I can't remember her name either. I'm real bad with this. I'm terrible at fucking podcasting. Don't get it fucking twisted. But Jurassic Park, The Lost World,
which is my favorite out of the entire series.
Yeah, it holds up. It super holds up.
For a sequel,
tall grass. Yeah. Why are you gonna walk through the tall grass, fam?
Don't do that.
Like, yo, we can walk around. No, we gonna walk around. I'm not walking through that tall grass. There's raptors. I still won't walk through tall grass to this day. You don't know what the fuck's in that tall grass. Raptors. There could be raptors in there, man. Come out to a raptor, and a raptor will bite your face. Let's play this. Drop a flame emoji in the chat if the audio's a lot better this episode. Now, in the book, this little girl was actually a baby in a crib, and she got ate by chicken dinosaur monsters.
And there's Intel, a corporation that wants to fucking save everybody.
Before this lost world is found and pillaged.
Something survived. Yeah, everything fucking survived. Everything did. Ian Malcolm with his leather jacket. Fucking Vince Vaughn in a very early
Yeah, I did
pre-comedy
like that.
role.
Running and
Look at that young. That's pre. That might be after Swingers. He might have done Swingers
Yeah.
and then gotten this. This was fairly big budget.
What year did he play fucking Norman Bates in Psycho?
Well, that was way later.
I need you to send rescue immediately.
It's very action-packed, very action-driven, especially with all the hunters and all the, and them especially even releasing the dinosaurs after they got captured.
And the big final showdown in this movie was the T-Rex versus the city of San Diego.
Mommy's very
Trying to make
Yeah, there's
San Diego.
there's the kidnapping of a baby T-Rex, you know, by a over fucking compensating white lady.
Spielberg at it again.
I think he's had his hand in every one of these flicks.
Oh god,
So is Crichton.
executive producer to be, at the least. He might not have directed them all, but he definitely was the producer, and he had a lot to say in what happened.
Another summer ass movie. Julianne Moore, that's her name. Julianne Moore, who's a Oscar award winning actress. She's been in a few things. She was in Hannibal. She kills it, like straight up. But that one, like you said,
Yeah.
action packed, good story, holds up. There was confusion, and it was funny because at the time, race relations in this country weren't what they are now. I'll just at least say that. Ian Malcolm's daughter
Yep.
in that movie was African American, and a lot of people got confused. And in the book, it wasn't described either way. It was just he had a daughter. So
Yeah, he also
whether she was
mentions-
adopted, they never
Yeah.
get to that in the movie.
He
They-
talks
it's a
about it in the
dangling
first
participle.
one that he's been married 3 times, and he's always on the lookout for the future ex Ian Malcolm.
But a lot of people were confused as to why his daughter was that race. It didn't really matter. It didn't
No,
affect
it
anything.
didn't change anything. about the
There
movie.
were, I mean, that movie as well had plot holes in it, obviously. But it's a big budget fucking dinosaur movie. Enjoy it for what it is. Most of these flicks, you definitely got to check your fucking brain beforehand. Die Hard would
Oh, I
be
love Die
would be like an example of that. If you go into like a movie like Live Free or Die Hard, and you're one of those people that's like, that's not possible.
Yeah.
You better not. Don't bother. Just like I'm one of those people, but only like if you've given me a movie and you're trying to portray it as this like serious thing, and then some fucking shit happens,
Ridiculous thing.
and I'm like, whoa, that don't match. But like Die Hard, yeah, he can hit a helicopter with a car. Of course he fucking can. It's Die Hard world. The rules in that world are different.
He could jump off the side of a building and break through plate glass.
Yeah, why the fuck not, man? It's Die Hard
It's
world,
fucking John
man.
McClane.
Shit,
John
dog.
McClane.
You know,
Motherfucker.
it's fucking Jurassic World. Of course there's fucking dinosaurs running around San Diego. What else would you expect, fam? All right. So after that, about 4 years after that, it seems like they, in the early days, was turning one of these around in 4 years, which is probably a good production schedule given the CGI and effects heaviness of these films. But we got what could possibly and is more than likely considered the weakest film in the Jurassic Park series.
My least favorite, definitely. I mean, no one's surviving on an island full of dinosaurs, especially a kid by them fucking selves for weeks on end.
This story revolves around the paleontologist from the original movie, Sam Neill, returning to the Site B, which is a place he had never been, which is where they went in the
think he's
second
been.
movie. And they're looking for a kid who ended up washing ashore, essentially, there.
Yeah, he was parasailing, the parachute got fucking blown off.
And he ends up in fucking dinosaur land. But huge plot holes. Terrible fucking movie overall. Does not hold up. I don't enjoy it anymore. Fucking Tippy something? No. Fucking David Duchovny's ex-wife's in this movie, and I just don't like her anyway. However, a very, very, very talented William H. Macy plays the dad in this movie. Fantastic part, fantastic actor. The T-Rex, once again, not the bad guy, okay? He's actually been usurped by a larger dinosaur at this point, but a natural dinosaur. We're not dealing with some sort of a
genetically-
hybrid
yeah,
like we
genetically.
dealt with in the original Jurassic World, which we're actually getting to next. So let's play this fucking...
Is the T-Rex even in 3? I can't even remember if it's
Yeah,
in-
because they fight.
Do they actually fight?
Yeah,
Okay,
they
do
fight. Like this
I've
kid,
tried to blank it out of my memory as much as I can.
This movie's awful. And then you get Queen of the Caucasoids, Laura Dern, fucking mayonnaise with legs in like 2 scenes in this movie, but.
I have a proposition I'd like to discuss with you.
William H. Macy
I've
and his
chartered an
mustache.
airplane to fly us over Isla Sorna, and we'd like you to be our guide. We'd love to make a
He
contribution to
fucking
your research
pretends to be this multi-millionaire and owns all these big things just to get Ian, not Ian Malcolm, fucking Dr. Grant to fucking the island.
Yo, I ain't even, like, that's the thing. At this point, this dude's already been there. I ain't going. There's nothing you could say to me.
That would make you want to go back to
No!
a life or death situation.
There's nothing. There's not one fucking word you could be like, yo, we're gonna bring you back. No, you're not. Or if we find out the whole overarching plot point in this that kind of saves the day is the paleontologist Sam Neill has a theory about the vocalizations of raptors, and he has a 3D printed raptor vocal cord, and they're talking to each other. So he has it, and he blows through it like a flute and plays that shit for him. Like, I don't even know what to say about that shit. That movie, like I said, I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, I mean,
not at all.
I mean, they couldn't even come up with an actual title for it other than Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah. So you have Jurassic Park, original, first name. Yep. You get away with that. Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. Yep, you get away with that too. And then, fuck it, put it out. Well, marketing didn't call with a name yet. Too bad. Just put it out. It's Jurassic Park 3. No, but you know what you can do? Make them scratch marks, fam. Make them scratch marks. Do that. I'm sure that sounds fucking horrific. I'm sorry to all our viewers out there for what you just had to hear. So, we waited. Shit.
I think that movie came out in like
15 years. No, 2001.
Oh, 2001? Okay.
2001. So,
14 years.
We waited 14 years, and what we got was a complete reboot.
Yeah. And it was actually, and I loved the way they looked. They took it into our time. They kept it in the present and everything like that, and they made it look like a technologically advanced theme park.
Which it would be at this point, given the amount of time that had gone by. And essentially what they're bringing you into at the beginning of this movie is unlike anything we had seen in previous Jurassic Park films.
We actually have people on the island with these dinosaurs. Supposedly,
this is not a theme park in development.
Nope.
This is not a theme park that has been overrun and closed. This is not a research facility for said theme park. This is a theme park that is operating, is successful,
and which makes me to believe that it's been open for a while,
a long while. If they're and they're having to genetically engineer new dinosaurs to keep attendance numbers up, because you think something like going and seeing fucking dinosaurs would be a sold out proposition most of the time.
But they want bigger, meaner, and I guess faster, as you'll clearly see.
Even though so much time had passed, and there's literally only one actor from the original trilogy of films in Jurassic World, they were still able to keep those connections between the older films that everybody remembered, and it was able to bring new fans in as well. The actor we're talking about is Ming, Dr. Wang, or whatever the fuck his name is, from Law and Order SVU,
and he's also the scientist from the original Jurassic Park movie.
But now he's far more evil, and he's kind of a eugenics fucking scientist, to be honest with you. He's looking kind of gaunt. Think Patrick Harris in Starship Troopers towards the end. All right, Neil Patrick Harris towards the end, looking all gaunt and kind of scary as a scientist.
He's the mastermind behind the Indominus Rex.
They were also able to keep the meta references to the original through shit like the T-shirts with the original logos, and
she tells him, she's like, "Oh, don't wear that again. Taste. Don't do that, because that's just like a bad omen." I mean, and you could have got that from the Jump Street with, we know going into a Jurassic Park movie what's gonna happen. Obviously, the dinosaurs are gonna go nuts. Otherwise, you don't really have that much of a good movie.
But there's a lot of Q screaming and meta jokes that kind of call back to the original. This movie also wowed people for the first time as a Jurassic Park movie. Really hadn't wowed people since the original. The inclusion of aquatic dinosaurs was something that was brand new. And the inclusion of the things like the pterodactyls, which I think they pretty much ruined in Jurassic Park 3 with them walking around and shit. Like, no, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants, that's just gross.
They want to see them fly and fucking do what they can do.
This is a functioning, existing, currently in business, thousands of people every day through its giant gates. They've got a tram that's working. Look at that.
Tons of fucking
you can get a churro.
That's what you call a feeding frenzy.
You can get a churro, fam. Look, it seems like they've taken extra precautions. These gyrospheres were a cool idea.
I love that. I was just like, that's a cool way that they can go out into the fields and out into the plains where you have dinosaurs that aren't gonna kill you, and you can get up close and personal. And eats a great white shark. Now, what would
giant shark dinosaur that literally only comes around for one other callback after that.
Now, what I think would have been cool that they could have added into this another prehistoric creature, not necessarily a dinosaur, but I don't know if you know about the megalodon shark. That would have been fucking cool to see in this movie, because they did roam the earth, well, technically swim in the oceans at the time of this period of where these dinosaurs come from.
Star-Lord and Bryce Howard once again.
40-foot wall that he claws his way out of.
No.
Well, he doesn't claw. They make him think.
He tricked him.
Yeah.
Because either he can camouflage or he can't. Nobody,
evacuate the island.
It's a super dinosaur.
And as we see,
the
part goes awry, just like it did before.
She'll kill anything that moves.
There's lots of showdowns between SWAT guys and these dinosaurs. I always have a problem with scenes like when they send a team in, because I always say to myself, why you only sending 5 dudes? Why are you giving these dudes guns? Because I know things about guns. This happened in a zombie movie I was watching the other night too. So if you're going against big giant armored fucking dinosaurs, there's certain weaponry that you would take, and certain weaponry that's just a goddamn complete waste of time, space, and energy carrying it around. For example, in the zombie flick I watched the other day, the Rekill movie, which I actually gave a positive review to on my show, they were carrying around anti-tank weapons, and I'm like, that's not what you're going to war against here. There's no armored infantry. It's fucking people. And it's not even regular people. It's people that are just going to run at you. So just mow them fuckers down. You want high round output and just throw lead down range. And you're going to be all right.
You ain't killing a T-Rex with a fucking 9mm.
In that direction is soft. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you can just fucking throw lead down range. So you have a movie like this and I got a handgun. What in the fuck good is that? I get if you got a shoplifter from the gift shop runs off with a fucking T-Rex hat. I get you got, I got a baton.
Yeah.
Okay? You gonna go out there trying to shoot. Even them little, maybe them chicken dinosaurs, but I'm not even worried about them little chicken dinosaurs, because them boots, I think some fucking steel toes are good. Just, right in the rib cage. Fucking kick the baby, boom. You could really just fuck that whole shit up. But that movie, dope as fuck.
Yeah, I love that movie. I saw it in IMAX, and
the beginning was better than the end, in my opinion. It kind of fell apart, like I said, due to the certain things at the end. But
there's so much you can do with those movies, and I think they hit a lot of key points that what a lot of people wanted to see with Jurassic World, and what they're gonna get into with Jurassic World 2 Fallen Kingdom might not going to be the same thing that people are expecting out of a Jurassic Park movie. It's going to be, and I think it's going to be a lot more like Lost World, because they're going back to an island that's already been taken down. And it's completely in ruins. Their dinosaurs have overtaken the island once again.
The genetic freak is dead.
Yes.
Thanks to the giant ocean-going dinosaur.
I have no fucking clue what the hell that thing's called.
The Crocodilosaurus. Crocodilosaurus, fam. That's the way it is. We still got ozone and we got Crocodilosauruses up in this motherfucker. Movies are dope. Those flicks were, for the most part, always pretty dope. But like I said, by Jurassic Park 3, they had washed out the genre.
Yeah.
It took that gap.
Yeah.
To be
They
able
had
to
to
move
come up
us
with
forward.
a new story. They had to come up with new characters. Obviously, John Hammond's dead at this point, and he has been dead for a long time. And you also see a lot of different.
And his nerdy fucking son is dead as well.
You also see a lot of small Easter eggs from that first movie, as is the DNA guy. You see him in the movie. You also see a huge statue to John Hammond, even though I don't know why they would want to praise him, even though he did come up with the concept of Jurassic Park.
Because he was the crazy rich dude who was like,
Yeah.
hey, bro, can we do some fucking Jurassic? Can we fucking bring some dinosaurs back? Now, as a kid, watching that original Jurassic Park movie, I was 13. When did you first see it? It had to have
I
been
think
much
I was like
later.
5 or 6 when I saw the first movie.
You know, I was already of a certain age by then. And I always thought, you know, if I was rich and famous and it was like, oh, I can do whatever I want, including bring back dinosaurs. I'm not bringing back dinosaurs for scientific purposes.
You're
okay?
doing that to see, oh, let me,
No,
I want
I'm
to
not,
see them.
no, bull fucking shit. I don't even want to see them. I can see them in a book. You know what I'm saying? There's books and all. I can see them in the Jurassic Park movie. But if I could make dinosaurs, I ain't no theme park ass shit, no zoo. I'm interior in my fucking car. All right? I'm going to have the most fucking gangster, original, authentic fucking T-Rex biting my butt when I get into my SUV. That's what I'm doing. We going to be selling jackets and shit. Peter going to be up my ass. I don't care. I don't care. Bitch, I brought back dinosaurs. You let one run around. I'll let one run around, and we'll see if you change your fucking mind. Or I can breed them just so I can take their fucking skin. Because that's all I want, man. That's all I want is their skins. Fuck all that. Like, fuck their aggressive tendencies and ability to eat human beings whole. We ain't got no time for that. But could you imagine?
Yeah.
What is it? I got a raptor jacket. Fuck out of here,
People be
dog.
paying
You ain't
top
got
dollar for that.
you got a raptor jacket? Shit. I'm not a fashion guy. I'm not a fashion designer at all. I got merch and stuff. But shit, man. Tell me you wouldn't wear a T-Rex hat made of actual T-Rex.
T-Rex wallets.
Fucking Air Force Ones made out of pterodactyl skin. Come on, dog. Like, as a rapper, if you watching my show and you involved in hip-hop at all, what could be a higher grade of clothing than extinct animals? I'm not even talking about, like, endangered. I'm not talking about, you know, possibly, like, rare. I'm talking about fucking animals that only exist in dust, going into pants and shirts and jackets and fucking fitteds and fucking watch bands, and you got the Eddie Bauer Brontosaurus edition fucking Ford Explorer and shit.
I want the Jeep, though. I'd love to have one of those fucking
Fuck
Jeeps.
your theme park, fucking Hammond, you fucking asshole. I ain't trying to get no people 8. I'm trying to get people like fly. I'm trying to have them have fly shit.
I'm sitting there going, yeah, you know,
Damn.
that's a lawsuit on that fucking island.
And even that's even like my movie is I run an upholstery shop where we upholster in just fucking dinosaur skins, and accidentally one gets out. All you need is one. You don't need all these different breeds and shit. All you need is one to get out, and you got a fucking hour-long problem, like minimum.
I will say I did like the fact of in Jurassic World where Chris Pratt's character is training the raptors, because we've all they've always gone into the fact that raptors are extremely intelligent. They've already touched upon
Pack
that.
animals, communicative between each other vocally.
So being able to train them, and he can not control them, but to the point where he can get in there and they're not going to straight up attack him.
Yeah, but then they're
cool.
bringing it back in Fallen Kingdom, it looks like, with the
they
reintroduction
even say
of Blue,
Blue
and that's how
is
they
out
get
there.
him to go
Yeah.
back there.
Like, you gotta go get
and
Blue.
look, I'm a cold-blooded motherfucker sometimes when it comes to pets, okay? Like, I'm not a big dog person. And yes, I would be sad if something happened to one of the fabulous feline animals in my life. Fuck you, Raptor. You're not my friend. We knew each other from work as far as I'm fucking concerned. Bro.
We're associates. We're not.
Yeah,
we're not friends.
Like, yeah, I see you every day, but like I'm not inviting you back to where I live. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not falling asleep in front of you. God forbid I get injured and start bleeding. Like, you're gonna eat me. You're not my friend. So no, fuck you. I'm not saving
If I
you.
don't feed you 50 pounds of food a day.
I'm not saving extinct animals from natural selection. Sorry. That shit went out the window in the Paleolithic era. I don't do that sorts of shit. But in reality, I can't imagine that animal would have a memory of him. I'm sure that's a plot
I mean,
point.
it
that,
could
that,
be.
that they're gonna have
I
this
mean-
moment where he looks and the thing looks like it's gonna eat him, and it has that blinky. You're gonna see
Do I
it
remember
blink.
you? I don't know you.
And
Do you
then its pupil's gonna dilate. And it's not gonna like lick his face, I would assume. But it might fucking take it off with its fucking jaws. In reality, that motherfucker would just be disemboweled, being eaten from the asshole first. It's my big problem with some of those movies. They are far. I mean, you don't want to do that because they're family films. You don't want to make them gory.
Yeah.
They're all PG-13. But it would be horrific.
If they did an
there
R-rated
would
Jurassic Park,
there would be
fucking
very
director's cut.
few wounded in an attack of this nature. It would be very few wounded and very many declared food.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see exactly what the story's going to be. I mean, the trailer could be completely misleading, as like when I saw the Star Wars trailer and then I saw Star Wars, what you saw in the trailer was not what you saw in the movie. Everything was taken out of context in that trailer.
That's just because two different companies do these fucking things. There's companies that specialize in just trailers.
Yeah.
There's scenes in movies that you don't see in trailers, but there's scenes in trailers you also don't see.
Especially
in movies.
like with the Justice League trailer. I'm sitting there watching the movie, waiting for the Alfred scene where he's like, "They said you would come," but that's not in the movie.
Now, maybe we'll get more on this during Fallen Kingdom, but there is a fan theory going on right now that in order to connect this, what they're going to end up making is a trilogy, from what I understand.
We're gonna get a third.
We're going to get a third for sure,
Okay.
probably. This trilogy to the previous trilogy is that somehow or another that the events of the first Jurassic World were an inside job.
Okay.
Similar
I
to
like
the
that idea.
events of the first Jurassic
Yep.
Park movie and the security system coming down. Now, I don't know what that means. And I don't know how it could have been.
I don't know how they're gonna tie that into it. I mean,
because they really, they built that giant, what's it called?
The Indominus Rex.
The fucking ass Solar Rex. They built this motherfucker up to be like super smart, able to work out problems, able to possibly camouflage.
Yep, he camouflages himself. He's he can't. His body heat is gone. Is not there, so there's no thermal detection.
Yeah. He's cold-blooded as which no, but that's the thing. All dinosaurs should have been cold-blooded.
Yeah,
but
they had like
they
had the thermal
avian.
dynamics in the cage that they were like, oh, he's not in there. But then you're like, oh,
And
wait, he is there.
It dug the tracker out of its arm.
Yep. He remembered
things
where
like
they put
that.
it in.
So either it was super smart and did all those things, or this was an inside job.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really wrap my brain around.
I can't see anybody
of it
getting
being
close
both.
enough to that thing before
ripping
their face off.
No, but what I mean, what do you mean? Like,
well,
it was leaning over the wall. Hey,
let me carve
let
that
me
out.
Let me out. Hey.
Next thing you're gonna
Let
see
me
is
out.
dinosaurs are gonna start talking.
I won't eat you when I get out. That'll be the next thing.
Yeah.
It'll break people's hearts like fucking Pikachu speaking English directly to Ash in this latest Pokemon movie. Spoiler alert.
I haven't seen it.
The fucking dinosaurs are gonna look out and go, "Yes, why?
Help
Welcome.
me."
We're gonna get a special guest appearance by my homeboy Photography Raptor." little reference for all my heads out there. I think this was a good discussion of these films. If you're familiar with Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, either one of the series, the original or the reboot, leave some comments. Let us know what your memories are. Where were you? When were you? When you first saw these giant reptiles on screen in a way they had never been presented before. Everything prior to this was claymation, severely terrible animatronics.
Land of the Lost type
Yeah,
shit.
Land of the Lost type shit, man. And like fucking 5 million BC type shit. Sonny Bono running around stabbing fucking what is clearly claymation. Let us know about what your memories are. What are you looking forward to? in the next Jurassic World movie that's called Fallen Kingdom, dropping June 22nd, 2017, middle of the summer. Motherfucking blockbuster.
Yep. It's gonna be big, you know? And the other thing, I'm like,
Oh,
where
and
are they gonna
expect
take...
everything. Expect another marketing and
Yeah,
fucking media and fucking merchandising blitz.
Oh yeah,
with
there
that
was
shit,
a huge
for sure.
the toys alone from like Hasbro and companies like that with the Jurassic Park line, they make more money than the fucking movie will ever make. Because you got the kids like, oh, I want a T-Rex in my room. I want an Indominus. I want a Raptor. I want a Raptor.
And they always got that one that's the big available item the next
Yep.
Christmas in the toy stores and that. And that's
Yeah.
the financing of movies nowadays. We got no idea what we're going to do for the next episode. And we kind of want your help. We're thinking that since it's not quite Christmas and next week would be after Christmas, that we would do some sort of Christmas-related movies. Perhaps Gremlins. Maybe the Die Hard series,
My
which
favorite
later
personal
on,
fucking...
which besides the
Yeah.
first two, have nothing to do with Christmas at all. Okay.
The greatest Christmas movie. Don't let anybody fucking tell you any different.
Perhaps we do a combo show and we talk about just those other Christmas movies. Things like Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Gremlins, Gremlins 2.
I want to
some
do
other
down the
ones.
line, maybe after the first of the year, doing a top 10 of the 2017 trailers and how they compare to how the movies actually came out, if the trailers held up, and if the trailer was bad, if the movie did good, or if the movie was horrible and the trailer looked fucking amazing.
And sleeper hits as well of this past year. But leave us some comments. Let us know what you want. Let us know what you want to see. Especially if you're a first-time viewer, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Here on the Chuck Reeves YouTube channel, we have this product here for our consideration, as well as my nearly nightly, live show called The Beard Speaks of underground entertainment happenings and shit talk and comedy and me crying sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah,
Until
man.
next Thursday, 3 p.m., right here on YouTube. My name is Chuck Reeves,
I'm Justin.
and this has been For Our Consideration.